What is an engineer? So an engineer is a person that responsible in creating and innovating current technology into a new or advanced technology such as services, programs, and also devices. So basically, since they are important person in the society, they hold on several responsibility, which there are three of them. First, they host the safety, health, and welfare of the public, including of themselves and also the society. Second, they only can perform service only in areas of their competence and not the other area that not aware of it. And the last one is they only can issue public statement only in an objective manner and truthful manner. So let's go on to the discussion on the topic. So basically, our focus is on the Division Street Bridge, which is built at Spokane River, 1/2 mile east or upstream of Spokane Falls itself. So in origin, 1882, the bridge was built in the form of wooden bridge, then upgraded in 1892 into the metal bridge, and lastly in the 1992 and onwards, which is in the concrete made form. So basically, in the 1915, the terrible accidents has happened in the night at the winter session, which all the water is become icy lake. So the accident initiated by the two of car that drove to each other into the center, and when both of them at the center, the bridge collapsed at the end of the both, which made it cut into the half. One of the car fall into the icy river while the other one stuck at the electric rope wire. So since it dark, the rescue team cannot save them, which result in 5 men killed while 12 injured in the collapse of Division Street Bridge, as you can see in the paper below.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Abdul Hussein, and today I'm going to talk about the technical failure that led the bridge to collapse. Generally speaking, technical failure of the bridge is the most common reason for the bridge. Technical failure are found in the structure and the design of the bridge. Corrosion, human fault made during the construction time, related to the worker technical skills, overloading, impact caused by accident and lack of maintenance, or environmental phenomena caused by the natural disaster also could trigger a bad impact on the bridge's safety as well. And when it comes to the structural analysis of the bridge, we can define it as the set of mechanics theory that express physical laws required to study and predict the behavior of a structure in general. This analysis or technical study performed by civil engineer is done to make sure that all members and the number of joints, trusses, load, and forces acting in the actual structure should be calculated correctly in order for the bridge to be in the equilibrium state. And practically, when it comes to the design of the bridges, it is a crucial parameter to work together with the technical capability and civil engineering as well. And here, as we can see on the slide, we have an example of the most design implemented around the world. We can see, as you can see, we have an extension bridge, which is one of the most common bridges around the world, and we have an arch bridge as well as a truss bridges. And this is scientifically proven that it's the best design for the bridges to build on. And lastly, the selection of the material, it's need to be taken into account. And in the regard of the selection of material, steel bridges is one of the first typical bridge design on innovative structures. Application, for instance, the S355 steel grade was considered a high-strength steel grade which make it very suitable for bridge construction, as it allow more heavy objects to run through. Therefore, we need to take into account an importance of the right material indeed. And the second parameter is the corrosion factor. When comes to it, it is an important parameter to draw attention to before the construction of the actual bridge as well. And there is a considerable need of reliable method for predicting the risk of corrosion for steel embedded in concrete under a given condition. Okay, thank you.
Now I will be discussing the ethical reason on the falling of the Division Street Bridge that happened in 1915. So Hugh L. Cooper, the designer of the bridge, had actually come forward to disclaim the responsibility. He had mentioned in Spokesman's review on December 21st, 1915, that the bridge has actually never been subjected to the working load it was designed to carry, which was 4,800 pounds per linear foot. When the bridge had taken its toll to break, it was 1/7 of the load that would normally be necessary to break the bridge. As an engineer, one of the requirements to be a professional engineer is to accept responsibility and accountability for the decision they make against standard conduct and values. So Cooper should had actually been responsible for the 12 injured people and 5 deaths despite the loss of the bridge and paid up the medical expenses of them instead of running away when the bridge collapsed. The City Council of Spokane had also disclaimed the responsibility of approving the building of the bridge using the materials proposed by Cooper. Apart from being held accountable for their work, the fire department team managed to save all the affected pedestrians in time.
Finally, I will present the conclusion and the recommendation for the collapse of the Division Bridge. So, from the ethical perspective, uh, the construction companies that committed to promote its good ethic in their practice will stand out against other companies as well, or the other competitors. So, uh, these ethics will affect the relationships that the construction company will have towards its buyers as well as the suppliers. If the company has a good reputation for having a decent ethics in business, the company will be more likely to benefit from it in its future relationships. Uh, it is recommended that the construction company create a code of conduct to prioritize good practice and values in their workplace. Although it is not a legal requirement, the companies that create this code of conduct can be considered to be taking things ethics more seriously than the others, and it should be also considered going above and beyond what is required for the company to do when it comes to promoting their ethical business practice. Next, from the technical standpoint, a bridge that connected to an island to from an island to mainland will require far more efforts when it comes to the planning and the design, so that it can stand the amount of load that has been passing through that will be passing through each day compared to the bridge used for, let's say, to cross a drainage. So the material is also important, since it will greatly affect the construction when it comes to the durability and the safety of the building. A bridge built with the aim of bearing a lot of weight, such as from the cargo truck, should be using a stronger material. Uh, for example, a steel instead of the common wooden bridge. So it is recommended in technical perspective for the company to get a consultation on which the structure and the design should be more appropriate to be used, so that it can be more safe when erecting the building, since the condition of the building will be varied from places to places, such as a place that has a heavy rain, or other place uh, that is known to have an earthquake, for example. That's all from me. Thank you.